Hello, and welcome to Raven's Eye Tutorials. I'm Dr. Tim Lauer, a founder and director of research at Raven's Eye. In this video, I'll be discussing how to prepare your spreadsheet data for analysis with Raven's Eye. It might be best to follow along by opening a tab in your browser and navigating to our step-by-step practical manual, which is freely available online in the support section of our website. The online practical manual can be found by selecting Support in the top menu bar and clicking on the Practicals in the drop-down menu that appears. In the new window, each step in working with Raven's Eye is listed. Since we're discussing how to prepare your files in this video, we'll go ahead and select Preparing Your Data. Raven's Eye automatically analyzes textual data in any one of 65 different languages. The list of currently supported languages can be found by selecting the link near the top of the Preparing Your Data page of the Practicals. In the page that appears, each currently supported language is listed, along with the number of words in that language's corpus. For examples, our Russian language corpus has just under 1 billion words, while our Spanish language corpus has just over 1 billion words. Let's return to the Practicals page. Scrolling downward on the Preparing Your Data page of the Practicals manual, we'll find the section on Spreadsheets. We recommend organizing your data in spreadsheets whenever possible, as doing so allows you to access a number of advanced analytic features while easing your ability to perform a quantitative phenomenology on your results. As we note on this page, there are just a few things to do when readying your spreadsheet data for uploading. I've opened the raw data from our 2019 survey on thankfulness in the United States and the text from Thus Spake Zarathustra to use as examples in this video. To prepare your spreadsheet data, you'll want to arrange your spreadsheet so that your variables and responses are ordered by column and your cases or participants are ordered by rows. In the 2019 Thankfulness Survey, you can see our column labels in the first row. We have 5 variables labeled age, state, gender, how often need, and how often thankful. These are then followed by our 2 responses, which are labeled what or whom thankful and what or whom need. Each of our 795 individual responses are then listed 1 per row. Though it wasn't necessary for this particular survey, if you'd like to compare the specific response or case to all other responses or cases, you can insert a column ID and individually assign a unique ID to each response. The same basic format applies to the analysis of books or long interviews pertaining to multiple topics. In our line-by-line analysis of Thus Spake Zarathustra, we've labeled our variables part, chapter, and class, and our response as text. Scrolling downward reveals each of the individual 3,967 lines of text in Thomas Collins' translation of Nietzsche's work. In this way, we can compare the thematic variation across parts, chapters, and individual lines of text. Once you've organized your columns and rows, you'll want to ensure that your column labels are accurate, free of spaces, punctuation, or formatting. If your labels require multiple words to accurately describe them, you might use camel case to combine the words, as we've done in these examples. If you have 1 or more empty columns in your data, you'll want to delete them. To do so, click on the empty column just above the first row containing labels so that the entire column is highlighted. Then, select the Delete function in your Spreadsheet drop-down menu bar. Next, you'll want to make sure you do not have formulas, formats, comments, or hyperlinks in your cells. The most efficient way of doing this is to select the small rectangle in the upper left-hand corner of most spreadsheet programs, and then use the drop-down menu of the clear function to clear formats, contents, comments, and hyperlinks if found. If your spreadsheet contains multiple web addresses or emails, you probably want to delete them at this time as well. Since our algorithm assumes that your data is textual, it will try to identify and compare each supposed word in the spreadsheet to that word's proportion in the background corpus. It will exhaust the entire corpus searching for each word before it moves to the next word. In the English corpus, this would mean searching the entire 4.8 billion word corpus for a match. The presence of non-words, such as website addresses, will then affect the processing time required to get your results. An efficient way of deleting website and email addresses is to use the find and replace function of your spreadsheet and replace the address with a space. While I'm talking about using the find and replace function, we occasionally have users whose spreadsheet contains punctuation in their text, which also happens to be that used by their spreadsheet program to designate a new column. Most users will not have to worry about punctuation in their spreadsheets, but if you receive an error noting that a column contains no data after uploading your spreadsheet to Raven's Eye, it's likely that a punctuation mark is used in your textual data and also used by your spreadsheet to designate a new column. You can fix this by either altering the settings of your spreadsheet or using the find and replace function as noted previously to find and eliminate the offending mark. While each spreadsheet program and its settings vary, if this is the case for you, we suggest start by examining your semicolons. One last aspect of preparing your data is to ensure that there is only one spreadsheet per file or workbook. Delete any additional sheets as necessary. If those sheets contain information that you'd like to save, we'd suggest duplicating your file before deleting the sheets. Once you've prepared your spreadsheet, save it as XLS, XLSX, or .csv formats. Microsoft Excel naturally saves to .xlsx, while other programs will generally allow you to save your spreadsheet in one of these formats by using its save as or export functioning. And that'll do it for preparing your data in spreadsheets.